in our yesterday session for here we have BTS, BSc, MSc, GMSc, HLR, Authentication Center, AR, and then we have this ISDN, PLM, and PSTN, and PD. So, so what are we going to do today? We are going to introduce these components one by one to study the things in a deeper level. So first we are going to start with the most famous one among them all from a user perspective, a SIM card. So what is this SIM card and what does it do and what kind of information that it holds? A SIM card typically is a database. We never were aware that it is a database. Basically, it is like a memory chip, or just like if you take a pen drive, how can your pen drive store some information? Similarly, your SIM card also is a small memory chip which can actually store some information. So whatever the information that this SIM card stores, it stores it permanently. Obviously, it stores that information permanently. Now, who stores the information into it? The operator who is selling the SIM card to you, before it is handed to the customer, operator inputs the details into it. So now we would like to understand what kind of information operator keeps into this SIM card. Operator keeps these three important information. Of course, various other details would be there, but just by like ignoring all the non-essentials part, if we can actually consider the most essential information, these are the three pieces of most essential information that get stored into your SIM card. So we have IMSI, stands for International Mobile Subscriber Identity, MSISDN, Mobile Subscriber ISDN number, and then followed by a secret key called as KI, which is used for authenticating this SIM card, authenticating this particular user. This KI will be used. But other than this KI, the other two things are actually IDs, the SIM card based IDs, IMSI and MSISDN. Now we get a doubt. Hey, why do we require two IDs for a single mobile phone user? Why does SIM card need to have two IDs? Um, they wanted to have one ID for call routing and the other ID for only internal operations within the network. When the components are actually talking about a particular SIM card, that time they would like to use this second ID called as a IMSI number. Now, why two things? Why not only one number is sufficient? If they started thinking that if we use one number and that number appears everywhere, and there is a possibility that you know people's identity will be compromised or people's information can be compromised if the same number is appearing everywhere. So within the network, whenever the mobile is talking to network elements, instead of quoting the MSISDN number, your mobile would try to quote the IMSI number. Of course, on the network side also, um, like there will be a linking between the IMSI number and MSISDN. Basically, both are unique numbers. every SIM card will have these two unique numbers allocated to it. No two SIM cards in the world will have neither IMSI repeated or nor MSISDN repeated for any other SIM card. Both these numbers are unique numbers in the world. I hope you are understanding the concept of unique. Unique means it never gets repeated. Both these numbers will never get repeated for any other SIM card. Every SIM card will have two separate numbers, two unique numbers. So which one is used for what purpose? This IMSI is used for our internal communications. So whenever mobile is going to communicate with MSC and try to do some kind of a registration or anything like that, mobile would never quote his MSISDN number. Instead of it, mobile would quote his IMSI number. Why is that? The idea is there could be a probability where um, maybe a human being working on the MSC have access to all the call logs. So if a human being is accessing the call logs, that human being can easily access and find out who is registering at what time and who is unregistering at what time, who is making a call at what time. If MSISDN is quoted, for example, um, for example you wanted to maybe you wanted to find out what one particular person is doing. Maybe you can make a illegal deal with one of the employee working in Airtel, and you can tell that, hey, this is that particular person's number, and please keep finding out what that guy is up to, whom he is making the calls and all that. I would like to know those details. um, Normally, which number you will know um, of the person whom you are trying to monitor, you will always know the MSISDN number, because this is the number the people know, that the public know. So you got one of your MS friends MSISDN number, you have forwarded this friend's number to Airtel employee and told the Airtel employee that I wanted to find out what this person is up to, what he is doing in every step. So this Airtel employee is working on a Airtel MSC. He can find out all the important things that are happening with respect to this particular number. If the mobile started quoting this MSISDN number instead of this IMSI number, so to avoid these kind of sensitive information from leaking out, so they decided that, hey, we must not use this MSISDN for communications, but we must use this IMSI number. IMSI number is never popular. Nobody knew it until and unless you will be able to read the information present inside your friend's SIM card. Nobody knows what is your friend's IMSI number. You don't know your friend's IMSI number because your friend also mostly don't aware of his IMSI number. It is internally linked only in your SIM card and as well as in the network. So when your mobile, when it is trying to do a registration or trying to make a call, it will quote its IMSI number to the network instead of quoting the MSISDN number. Now this Airtel employee, um, when he try to monitor and find out who is when this person is doing the registration, he will never be able to find out because mobile, instead of quoting the MSISDN number, it is quoting the unknown IMSI number. So you will never be able to find out which IMSI number is matching to which MSISDN number. These kind of details operators will secretly stores in some hidden databases which are not accessible for normal employees. So this is much more secured mechanism of doing or dealing with the things. So that is why they started think they thought in these lines, and they said that we must use two numbers which are linked on both your SIM card and as well as on the network. One would be used only for routing the calls. The other actually would be used for the internal communication so that we can maintain secrecy in the network. Nobody will be able to that easily find out information related to these users. That's the idea behind this. What is this KI How this K is going to be useful, we'll find out today. We'll understand what is the role of this K, some secret key that is stored into the SIM card. Um, and this key also is unique. If operator is manufacturing 5 lakh SIM cards to dispatch it to 5 lakh customers, in every customer SIM card, the K value will be different. This K value would be unique. It'll never be same. It'll be a really big number. This K could be uh, depending on what level of technology you are using. The K value or the K size can be varying, but K can be really big. Fine. But that is a unique number. No two SIM cards will have the same K number present. So ultimately, all these three things are unique to a SIM card. All the three things. IMSI number is unique. MSISDN number is unique. K is also unique. None of these three things are repeated. Okay, great. Hello. Um, yeah, are there any audio issues, guys? Are you facing any audio issues?
Not at all, sir.
Everything is clean? Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, clear.
that's clear.
Okay. Siddharth, try to increase the volume on your
हाँ सर
side. Everybody else is
हेलो
feeling good. I think,
एक्चुअली
yeah.
I have full volume sir but your voice is not having clear.
But the issue is not with others. That means that there is something wrong on your system. I don't know, maybe normally what happens with these audio related things is if you have decreased your volume on Internet Explorer or Mozilla Firefox sometimes, typically that volume level will be decreased in your system's internal settings, and you will not be getting the voice on this if you would have decreased your
Actually
YouTube
very
volume.
slowly voice you are coming.
Uh, that may be issue from your side only, Siddharth. Somehow you have to solve it on your side. Others are not facing this issue. Okay.
Hmm. Okay sir.
All right. So the next thing that we are going to introduce is a component called as HLR. So what does this HLR do? This HLR is going to store the subscriber information permanently, subscriber details. It's also a database, but it's a big database when you compare with a SIM card. SIM card is a database which stores only one user's related information. Whereas on the other hand, your HLR would be storing hundreds of users' information. It would be storing. So, who will store the information into HLR? Typically, the operators, backend people, the operation and maintenance systems will be storing the details into this HLR. So what kind of details would get stored into HLR? Details like IMSI, MSISDN, present MSC, subscriber data, etc., etc. These kind of things will would be stored. Okay, so these kind of things would get stored here on HLR. So uh, again, IMSI and MSISDN are two identities for the mobile. That is well and good. There is no problem with that. Now, what is this present MSC means? Your HLR noting down mobile has got registered with which MSC, in under which MSC the mobile is under right now. That is your present MSC, because HLR always would be maintaining that information that mobile is presently under which MSC, followed by something called as subscriber data, the subscriber subscription information, like um, what kind of services that particular user has subscribed for. That kind of details would be present in HLR. Now, Out of these four important information that is present for every user, there could be n number of users. As you can see here, there are at least four users here. So, so out of the these many records, the only thing that could be changing continuously is your present MSC, because there is a possibility that one mobile user can be moving from one MSC area into another MSC area. That is possible. So this MSC information might keep getting updated every now and then, depending on the user's movements wherever he is going into, dependent on that. There is possibility sometimes this subscription data also might get modified. The subscription data also might get changed. There is a possibility, because you can call to your customer care center and you can demand for new services. So they might change this subscriber data which is present in the HLR. So this HLR database is accessible typically for your customer care centers. So they can actually make modifications into the subscriber data, removing some features from your your linking, or they can add some features to your usage. So all these things can happen. Okay, fine. So we have another database. So what is this other third database? Called as authentication center. So what is that database do? It stores subscriber authentication details. Again, the subscriber authentication details would be stored permanently. What kind of details would be stored here? IMSI, MSISDN, followed by something called as KI, the KI value of all the individual SIM cards. So, but only difference between the SIM card and authentication center is SIM card is having information about only one subscriber, only that user's related details. Whereas on the other hand, authentication center would be storing IMSI number, MSISDN, and the KI of thousands and lakhs of users, thousands and lakhs of SIM cards. But one thing is damn sure, whatever the K that got stored in your SIM card, the same key would get stored in the authentication center. So your operator have to make sure that the key value that is stored for one particular user, for example, for this particular user with this IMSI and this MSISDN number, whatever the key that is stored in the authentication center, the same key will get stored into the SIM card as well. It must be same. There is no way it could be different. If it is different, then that SIM card cannot operate. That SIM card cannot request for services and cannot work in the telecom environment. If the K that gets stored is a different value, it must be same. Okay. Now that's great. Um, so what is this MSC in the next component? It is a switch, of course, a switch which can switch the calls from one user to another user. So a mobile station MS must complete a registration with one of the MSCs who are nearby. It must complete the registration. What is the literal meaning of registration? Mobile will have to go and tell to MSC that, hey, I'm in your geographical area. Um, I would like to get the services from you because you are the nearby MSC for me. I think you could get me these services that I require. And then, um, whenever I request a service from you, you must be able to help me out. To help me out in that manner, I'm trying to complete a registration with you. I hope you will accept my registration. Mobile says to MSC. MSC says, hey, just wait a minute, man. I will actually check all the things, whether everything is good or not. Then everything is good. Then I will accept your registration. What is the meaning of everything is good? that we will come to learn in the coming up slides, how MSc will decide whether everything is good or not. We will see that part. But if everything is good, MSc decides to accept the services for the mobile station. It says that I'm ready to accept your services. I have accepted your registration. From now onwards, you can keep requesting me whatever you want. Anything you need, you come to me. I will help you out with that, definitely. So mobile station can request any services that can be provided by a telecom network. Um, you know, it can get any services from this MSC. Mobile station get any services. Of course, MSC must be providing that service. So mobile would be going and speaking to MSC and requesting for the services, just like your landline phone is going and speaking to your switch and requesting for the services. But literal difference is landline phone is directly connected to the switch with a wire. But whereas on the other hand, your mobile phone, if it wants to reach the switch, which is named as MSC in telecom terms, if you have to reach, you don't have a wire available. You have to reach it with the help of the radio components which are connected to MSC with the wire called as BSC and PTS. With the help of a radio link, you have to reach. So your BSC and BTS, these components are radio components who deal with the radio resources, who would be allocating the radio resources to mobile station whenever mobile station wants to talk to MSC for requesting the services. So the job of BTS and BSC is not to provide the services to the mobile. They are never ready to provide the services to the mobile. Who? BSC and BTS, they never provide the services to mobile. They say that, hey, we are nobody to provide the services to you. What is our job? Our job is to make you in touch with MSC. That is only our job. Once we do that job, once we put in touch with MSC, whatever you want to beg, you beg with MSC. What is our duty? Our duty is to provide you the radio connection, the radio resources required, so that you can send the information to us by using that radio link. And whatever the information you send it to us, we capture it and we send it, we forward it towards the MSC. We facilitate this connection, we facilitate this interface. That's all. That is our job. We don't care what kind of a service you are requesting. You want to make a STD call, you want to make a ISD call, it is none of our business. You go and talk to MSC. We facilitate that connection. You have to talk to MSC. That is your switch, that is your service provider, not us. So our job is only to provide this radio connectivity. So BSC is a radio resource allocator. BSC is the one who provides the radio resources to the mobile station, but he gives this information like which radio resource is allocated to which mobile station. That information would be provided to both PTS and as well as mobile station, so that mobile station know by using which radio resource he must transmit the data to PTS. BTS also understands if it is receiving some particular radio information on a particular radio resource, who is sending it. BTS will be able to judge that, because BTS also knew which radio resource is allocated to which mobile station. But both these components are not the ones who are allocating the radio resources. It is the BSC who is allocating the radio resources. But that information must be provided to both BTS as well as mobile station. And then what does BTS do on the other hand? BTS will keep doing radio transmission and reception. It will be transmitting the data to the mobile by using the radio link. It will be receiving the data from the mobile by using the radio link. It is going to do that simple activities. And whatever the data it has received from the mobile station, when mobile transmits something, BTS receives it. BTS is going to forward that to BSC on a wire. It forwards that, or vice versa. So if mobile is sending something, it will forward it to BSC. Or if BSC sends something to BTS on a wire, BTS is going to transmit that on a radio link to the mobile station. So that is the job your BTS is doing, just exchanging it. That's all. He will be if it is received from mobile, forward it to BSC. If it is coming from the BSC, send it to mobile. That's the BTS duty. BSC also won't do much other than making radio resource related decisions. What BSC does, BSC will simply, if there is any service related requests, BSC will forward those requests to MSC. His job would be done. Then the immediate question that comes into our brain is, hey, why BTS and BSC are not providing any services to the user? Why can't they provide it? Why the hell they are evading that action? Like why they are not doing the job? The answer for that question is your BTS and BSC are not any subscriber databases. What is the meaning of that? They don't have any subscriber database. They don't have any subscriber details stored. They don't know what kind of services the mobile user has subscribed for. They know nothing, absolutely nothing. They know because they are not databases. They are just radio components dealing with the radio connections. That's all. So if we pressurize them to provide the services, even if we pressurize them, they can't do it. They can't help it. They say, we don't know, man, this STD service must be allowed for this user or not. Because we are not a database. We don't know anything about these user services. How can we either decide to either accept this service or reject this service? We can't make such decisions. You see, we do our duty. Our duty is to only to provide this linking between mobile equipment to MSC. That's it. We are finished. We are done with it. So we have understood some components and their primary jobs. Now we are going to understand how this GSM registration will take place, what happens as part of this registration, and how these components are involved, what do they actually do in terms of this registration procedure. We are going to understand that stuff so that we will have some clear idea on what each component is doing. So we have the mobile station gets switched on. Immediately, mobile recognizes that, hey, I have a SIM card, I have a number available, and I must register with the MSC for my services. If I want services, I must do a registration with one switch, nearby switch. I must perform a registration. Mobile station recognizes the need immediately. Your landline phone would be registered with a switch 24 by 7, 365 days for lifelong. It never removes the registration with the nearby switch because there is a permanent wire available and your device is never moving from that location. Your device is always registered with your nearby switch. Landline phone is always registered. There is no ambiguity about, but here is not the case. We have lot of different situations in the mobile device point of view. Mobile device can switch off. When it switches on, it must perform the registration. So here mobile detected that it needs the registration. That is a good thing. And your mobile would have to be registered with your switch, which is MSC. But there is no direct link existing between mobile station and MSC. There is no wire there. If there is a wire available, you will immediately, by using that wire, you send the information to your mobile switching center, MSC, that, hey, I want to register with you. You can send that information if there is a wire available, but it is not. What does your mobile do? It says, hey, I cannot reach MSC right now because I don't have a wire with MSC. So I need radio resources to be able to connect to this MSC. I need this radio connection. So I must first start talking to the radio components, the BTS and BSC. I must talk to them. They can help me out to connect to my MSC, who is going to help me out with this registration. So what does these guys do? Mobile station, it sends a message to your BTS. Hey, I need radio resources, man. I need radio resources. Please help me out here. Mobile station sends a begging request to BTS. BTS is just a transfer component. He says that I'm not anybody to make a decision. There is my boss who is making all the decision. I need to forward this to him. It sends the message to MSC that a so and so mobile station needs the radio resources. It seems he has sent me a message. I'm forwarding it to you. It is you who is having all the software algorithms and software mechanism to be able to decide which radio resources must be allocated to this particular user. You can do that. I have full confidence in you. That is why I'm sending this request to you. BSC will talk to BTS and say that, hey, I think these radio resources will be perfect for the mobile station. What do you think? If you think these radio resources are okay for the mobile, please forward this information to mobile. So BTS forwards this information to mobile station. These are your radio resources. From now onwards, you can use so and so radio resource. What is a radio resource? We don't care at this stage. We will introduce what is the meaning of a radio resource in tomorrow's class. We'll introduce that part. Right now, we are not bothering about it. We are just thinking and using the same term again and again. Radio resource, radio resource, radio resource. We are blindly calling it as a radio resource. What is it? We don't care right now. We don't bother about it. But I can tell you what is the actual meaning of that. What is the meaning of this radio resource? By using this radio resource, your mobile equipment would be able to send some information to the network or receive the information from the network by using these radio resources. There is a question from Nishant. How does the SIM card select its own PLMN where many PCCH of many PLMN are available? Yes, that is true, Nishant. We are going to look into that radio part in tomorrow's class. I will explain you that part tomorrow because I'm not going into the deeper details right now. I'm explaining everything to introduce the network elements and their functionalities. We are not going into the channel level yet. Tomorrow we'll go into the channel level. So please just hold on. All your doubts will be solved in tomorrow's session related to the PLMNs and everything. Okay. Now, so somehow mobile station has acquired these radio resources. But everything that I have written right now here is written in English language so that you guys can understand as you are newly getting introduced to this telecom technology. You guys will understand it. So that's why I've kept it in English language. Literally, these components will talk to each other by using English language. They won't. Actually, they would be using something called as a protocol to communicate with each other. A protocol is a telecom component's own language. That is what is called as a protocol. So they would be speaking in terms of this specialized language. Here, in this case, the protocols these components would use to communicate with each other is RR protocol and PTSM protocol. Are we going to learn these protocols? Hell no. We are not going to learn GSM related protocols. We are not, because GSM is not our interview topic. LTE will be our interview topic. We are just giving the names there so that we'll understand the story behind it. So the idea you have to realize is, even though everything is written in English language, you have to realize that in reality, it won't be English language. It is going to be in terms of protocol messages that these components will communicate with one another. You have to realize that. That's it. Other than that, I don't have any business related to that protocols or protocol names. But what is your point? Humans will communicate with English with one another. Your mobile phone and BTS, BSC, and your PTS and PSC will communicate with their own language. They won't use English. They would be using this protocol language. Okay, fine. What is that? We'll have to introduce later. So mobile will feel very happy. He says, "Hooray! I got radio resources." He'll jump in the air once and say, "I'm really the luckiest guy now." Now, by using these radio resources that I have acquired, I could send a message to BTS and BSC. With the help of uh, these radio resources, I send a message to BTS. BTS forwards it to BSC. BSC will forward that to MSC. That is my ultimate goal as well. So that is the mobile's ultimate goal as well. So what message mobile sent to MSC with the help of these radio resources? Mobile sent a message, "Hey man, I want my services. I want to make the calls. I want to send SMSs. I want to receive SMSs. I want to receive my incoming calls. I don't know. I want to do all my GSM services. So I wanted to please allow my registration. My number is this. My IMSI number is this. Mobile is going to send this IMSI number to this MSC. So what does your MSC do? So this happens with a protocol called as protocol. Um, this is a different protocol. Why I am signifying the protocol names, or why I am displaying the protocol names here, and what is the importance of the protocol names here? You will understand that in a minute. When the mobile have sent a RR protocol message, for example, your BTS and BSC will read that RR message and say, "Oh, mobile is trying to communicate with us by using this RR protocol message." They will read that information and they will do act upon that information based on their logic, because RR protocol message must be understood by BTS and BSC. They will understand it. But when the mobile station sends this protocol message called as mobility management protocol message called as protocol message to BTS, BTS forward it to BSC. BSC says that, "Oh, it is a protocol message. I have no business in reading this protocol message, because this protocol message is always going to be related to services and registrations and so on. I'm not responsible for that. I'm only responsible for radio resource protocol messages. So what do I need to do with this protocol message called as protocol message? I simply have to forward it to MSC. I have to forward it because MSC is the one who can understand this message, who can act upon this protocol message called as I have no business. I will simply forward it to MSC. So these BSC will be having that capability to understand which protocol messages I can understand, which protocol messages I cannot understand. So whichever protocol messages he can understand, he will read it and he does that stuff. If it is related to radio related things, he says, "I can understand, I can deal with that because I am that guy who is dealing with these radio resources." But if it is related to I cannot understand. I should simply forward it to this MSC guy who can deal with him, who can deal with this. Great. MSC got it. MSC says, "Hey, do I know this fellow? He forwarded me the IMSI number." So MSC understood this protocol message and he found out the IMSI number. MSC says, "Hey, do I know this IMSI fellow? Let me check." How does he check? He checks with VLR, the database that is working along with this MSC. So this VLR is a database which stores the subscriber details temporarily as long as the user is present under one MSC. So it helps MSC to store the information of the users who are registered with that MSC. If there are 100,000 users registered with that MSC, this VLR would be storing those 100,000 users subscriber information in its uh, database storage unit. So what kind of details this VLR stores? The VLR stores the mobiles, if at all this MSC, it would have ever got the information from the HLR, it would normally store this kind of information. What is the user's IMSI number? What is the user's MSISDN number? And the fourth column is subscriber data, the subscriber data that you have received from HSS. Because these users are registered with you, you are supposed to get the subscriber details. So whatever the subscriber data you got, you will store it. But along with that, there is one other information that is stored by MSC called as location area code. So what is this location area code that your VLR is storing related to the user? Your entire operator's network area is divided into some small units called as location areas, and your MSC VLR always will be storing the information about which user is right now under which location area. They will be storing these details. Why this information is useful? What is this location area actually represents? For example, if you take one operator's one MSC network is spanning across entire Hyderabad. If your entire Hyderabad is divided into, for example, 5 location areas or maybe 50 location areas, it is divided into. Now, if you know if a user is right now under which location area, it will become easy for the MSC to send incoming call related details to that mobile only in that location area instead of sending the information to all the 50 location areas. You can send the information to the user in a small smart area. It is a smart looking up instead of searching everywhere when the mobile is getting an incoming call. So for that purposes, for the purpose of sending incoming call related details, your MSC and VLR must maintain mobile's present location area code. How they will get to know this location area where mobile is right now under which location area? How does MSC will get to know? We will learn that later. But we are not bothered about it right now. We will be learning it in today or tomorrow's classes. We'll be understanding that concept eventually. But I'm not going into that detail. But somehow your MSC VLR will note down what is the mobile's present location area code where mobile is present under. MSC will be able to maintain the details. Also, your MSC also, your VLR database will also have information about which location area is being served by which BSC. It will maintain that relationship also. Which location area is under which BSC? Which BSC is serving this particular location area? That details also would be present. Because if you find out a mobile is under a particular location area, now you must be able to derive that location area belongs to which BSC so that you can go to that BSC to help him out, to help you out with respect to this incoming call. You can request that BSC for something by requesting that BSC to do some job to related to incoming call. So, how this is going to play out in reality, we will study that. But I'm just trying to tell you, MSC will maintain this kind of details. What is the mobile's present location area code, and that location area code is being served by which BSC. These kind of details are maintained in your MSC VLR database. It would be maintained. Okay, great. So what does MSC do with respect to our GSM registration? MSC goes and talk to VLR. Hey, is this IMSI information there with us? Check it in your database, please. I would like to know because you are my pet database. I can always come to you. I can always ask you for anybody's information. You have to do whatever I ask for. So I'm asking you to find out if this IMSI's details are available with us or not. That user with this IMSI is trying to do the registration. I want you to tell me, are these details are already procured by us or not procured by us? VLR comes back and says to MSC that, hey man, no, I think this guy is a new user. He was never there in our network earlier. We never talked to HLR with respect to this user. We never procured this user's information earlier. No, I don't have the information. If I have the information, I would have happily given you that. But I did not find it. I can't help. MSC says, oh, is it? So new guy? Fine, not a problem. We can still help him out. How? We see. So this again, I'm just displaying the protocol names everywhere. So the protocol name between this MSC and VLR typically would be called as MAP, mobile application part. It is called as protocol name. That again, that communication, that is internal communication happening between MSC and VLR. Fine. But MSC concluded that till I get the details of this user from HLR, I cannot help him anyway. I wanted to help him because I am there to help the people to do their, to, you know, uh, perform their services or to use their services, but I must help him. So MSC says, let me visit the HLR and get the required details. MSC thinks that way. Now MSC says what? MSC goes and says to HLR that, hey, HLR, listen carefully. Hey, with so and so user with this IMSI number, he's trying to do the registration with me. I think I can procure the subscriber details from you, but I don't want to go directly to the subscriber details. First, please talk to that authentication center guy and give me the authentication details so that I can verify whether this guy is really a genuine guy or not. First, I wanted to, before even I ask you for the subscriber details, I would like to verify this guy. I would like to verify whether this fellow is a genuine guy or not. I want to do that first. Please help me with this part. So MSC says that to HLR. HLR quickly goes to authentication center. Hey man, I need you here. Help me out. Please generate the authentication details for this user. MSC is asking for it. So what does authentication center do here? Of course, the protocol here is again MAP protocol. Fine. But what does our authentication center do? What is the work authentication center will perform here? Authentication center extracts the key value that is stored in the database with the help of corresponding IMSI number. It extracts that key value because it's a database. You can look into the database tables and you can find out the key value. And authentication center generates a random number, RAND. It generates a random number first. What does it do with this random number after generating it? What is the meaning of a random number? If you just pick up a number randomly uh, without any logic to it, that's called as a random number. Random number can be anything. For example, if you ask your computer program to generate a random number in the range from 1 to 10 crores, it can pick up any number. It can pick up 46 lakhs, 37,000, 20, 245, something like that. It can pick up some number, obviously. That's a random number. So first thing authentication center is doing is extracting the key. Second job is it is picking up a random number. Then what does it do? This authentication center is also going to contain some algorithms, software algorithms. By using that algorithms, your authentication center is supposed to calculate two important parameters called as SRES and KC. For what purpose? What are these parameters? Why are we calculating these parameters? Things will be automatically clear for us in a minute. I talk about LAC in some time, Madhukrishna. So please hold on to that LAC. The LAC concept will be clear for you in the next 3 or 4 classes. We will study a lot about LAC. Everything will be clear. right now just to stick to the narrative that I'm explaining, that much only, because I would like to go step by step instead of dumping all the concepts related to one particular part in one place itself. Okay, instead of that. So I'll come back to that LAC. In fact, we will see that LAC concept at multiple levels and multiple times in the next 3-4 days. So just hold on to that thought. I will come back to your question for sure. Okay. All right. Now we come back to this the work that is being done here. SRES and KC. Why do we need these parameters? Um, why actually we require this? What does these parameters help us with? We'll understand the need of the random number also. We will see what is its need. We'll identify that now. So this authentication center pass this random number, first parameter, and the key of the mobile user into a algorithm called as A3. So A3 is a software algorithm which will have some mathematical steps, which is taking two inputs. One input is random number, the second input is K. By taking two inputs, this A3 algorithm will generate this SRES, this parameter called as SRES. That means to generate this SRES, this A3 algorithm require two inputs always. One is a random number, the other one is K. Fine. Same random number and the K will be forwarded to another algorithm called as A8 algorithm. And this A8 algorithm will generate a parameter called as KC. That means by using the same inputs called as random number and K, by using two different algorithms, we are generating two different parameters. What is the meaning of two different algorithms? Both these algorithms are mathematical algorithms. Their mathematical steps are going to be different. The A3 mathematical steps are going to be different. A8 mathematical steps are going to be different. For example, A3 will do a multiplication, subtraction, logarithmic operation, subtraction, logarithmic multiplication, like that. Some things it will do. If A8 may do addition, division, subtraction, multiplication, something like that. He might be doing its own mathematical steps. But both these are some intelligently developed mathematical algorithms. What they are supposed to do, they know that already. It's a fixed mechanism. So whenever the inputs are passed into these algorithms will do those standard mathematical steps. They will generate this output called as SRES and KC. Each algorithm is generating one output. Now, we have done some procedure here. This authentication center has done some procedure. It picked up the KI, it generated a random number, and it generated this SRES and KC with these algorithms. But we'll never be able to visualize what these things are actually required for. We don't know what these things are required for. What is all this nonsense? Why these mathematical algorithms are working and generating some parameters? We never would be able to understand or visualize what they are being used for. It doesn't make any sense. Of course, it makes sense ultimately in your story. We find out what these things are for, how they are going to help us out. But right now, we go through this particular thing step by step. We see what happens next. So this authentication center send these three things that it has generated to HLR. Obviously, it will go from HLR to MSC. Which three things I'm talking about? The random number that is generated by authentication center, the SRES, and the KC. All these three things, that one is randomly picked by the authentication center software. The other two things are logically calculated by using two algorithms. These three things are called as triplets. Because there are three, we are calling it as triplet. Tri means three. Okay, so these three parameters are going to be forwarded from authentication center to HLR. Eventually, HLR forwards it to MSC. What does MSC do with these three parameters? How these three parameters are going to be helpful for us? We find out in our next steps. So, authentication center send this to HLR. HLR forwards this to MSC. Random number SRES and KC. MSC got it. MSC says, okay, authentication center sent me some three parameters. Very good, nice. I'm ready now. I will first store this information into VLR. I store these details into VLR because VLR is my pet database. I can store anything into VLR. I will store this user's authentication information I have procured from authentication center into VLR. VLR says, thank you, man. I have done it. Thank you, done. VLR is always happy to help you out. Great. So what does MSC do with this information? Now MSC says, let me challenge the mobile. Mobile is telling me that his IMSI number is so and so. Now I wanted to really be sure that the user who is quoting this IMSI number is really that perfect guy or is it a fake guy? I would like to verify that. So I want to challenge the mobile station. How do we challenge the mobile? MSC is sending an authentication challenge to mobile station, telling him that, hey man, I'm sending you one random number. Take this random number, and I know that your SIM card is having that K is stored. K is definitely present in your SIM card. I also know that you have that A3 algorithm and A8 algorithm. You have those algorithms as well with you. So what I want you to do is, I'm sending you this random number because you have that A3 algorithm available with you. What I expect is you, with the help of this random number and the K value stored in your SIM card, extract that K value, and with the help of A3 algorithm, you will be able to generate that SRES, signed response. You can generate that SRES. You can also generate that KC with the help of A8 algorithm. You can generate that KC. So you please generate SRES and KC. Please keep the KC with you. We will use KC in the later steps, but you are supposed to send back that SRES to me. Send that SRES to me, whatever that you are going to calculate. So your mobile station must calculate this SRES and KC. Now, normal logic is if the same K value that is used by authentication center, if it is used by the mobile station, so if the K and the random number are same, if you pass the same two parameters into a particular algorithm, the output will be same. Either authentication center is doing it or the mobile is doing it. If the algorithm steps are same, the output is going to be same. For example, if you do a addition, subtraction, and multiplication on two parameters, whether you do it or your lecturer is doing it, output will be same because the steps are same. So when your algorithm is same, inputs are same, what you are expecting is output is also going to be same. That is the logic here. So mobile immediately calculated this SRES and KC. Oh, my MSC now wanted to challenge me, wanted to prove that I am a genuine guy. I am up for the challenge. I have the KI value stored in my SIM card. I have extracted that KI, and with the help of A3 and A8 algorithms that I know, I have calculated both SRES and KC. I will keep KC with to myself, but I will send this SRES back to MSC.
Hello.
This is my SRES. Yes, ma'am, sir. Ask any question.
Yes, sir. Actually, I am study about GSM architecture.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
sir. Uh, actually, sir, I recently joined, so I can't understand. Can we tell me, sir, when we start?
Okay. who is speaking? Raushan. Raushan, what
Yes,
you have to do is you have to attend the missed sessions that you have missed it
yes,
yesterday
yes.
and day before yesterday. We have conducted two sessions. You have to go through those two sessions. So after this class is completed, you will be able to get those videos. Yeah, even today's video also. You attend these three lectures in a correct order. You will be able to understand everything. Okay.
Okay, 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 sure.
Okay. So tomorrow onwards, you will be able to catch up after these three video lectures you complete. All right. Just hold on for some time. Okay. So mobile station is sending this information back to MSC. Hey, this is the SRES that I have calculated myself by using that same algorithm called as A3. So what does MSC do here? MSC has already received a SRES from the authentication center, uh, and he will verify, he will do the comparison. Hey, the SRES that I have received from the mobile station, is it same SRES that I have received from the authentication center? If both these SRESs are equal, I can come to a conclusion that this mobile station is a genuine guy. He is using a genuine SIM card. I can come to that conclusion. Your MSc think in that terminology. So MSc is basically validating the mobile. Now, somebody asked me, what is the use of this random number? Why we have this random number? We can also develop an algorithm which can generate SRES with just one parameter, that is Ki, without the random number. But the problem is, if we are using only one parameter Ki, and if we ask the mobile equipment to generate the SRES with only one parameter Ki, mobile will generate it and send it to MSC first time. Well, first time when the mobile is sending it to MSC, if somebody captured that SRES in the air, if some other hacker captured that SRES first time, so you can store that SRES. Next time onwards, every time MSC is challenging you, you can keep on sending that same SRES, because SRES never changes, because you are only sending one input, which is Ki. Your output will be same, which is going to be your SRES. You don't want that. So what does MSC wanted to do here is validating the user now, but MSC will be validating the user every time mobile is going to initiate a service. MSC is going to validate him, but every time MSC is validating the user, every single time MSC is going to get one new random number, one new SRES from the authentication center, and it sends that yeah, random number to the mobile and say, hey, take this random number, you are supposed to generate a new SRES. That means SRES will be changing every time. Whatever the SRES that is generated by the mobile for the first time, that won't be the same. Even if somebody capture it in the middle, that hacker guy cannot use it next time, because next time MSC is going to get you a new random number. It expects a new SRES as the output. So that is the purpose of this random number. By using this random number, we are changing this. We could be able to change the output every time. So we can validate the mobile multiple times, every time with a new random number. With every new random number, the output SRES will be different. But nobody will be able to guess what is the K value with this random number. Nobody will be able to guess, because these algorithms, even though they are mathematical algorithms, they cannot be reversed. Even if you know SRES and random number, you will never be able to get K value, because it is impossible. These algorithms are designed in such a way, even though you know two things, you cannot get the third one. The algorithms are much complex. You can never go to the parameter in a reverse order. Okay, so that is why they are using this random number as a as, you know as a trick here. So every time you are going to send a new random number whenever you want to validate the user, and mobile is supposed to generate a new SRES here. Okay, so MSC validated the user and say, I think this MC is genuine. Okay, I have decided that this guy is genuine because SRES matched. The SRES received from authentication center matched with this. Very well, I should continue. So what does MSC say next? MSC is going to activate something called a security mode. What is the meaning of security mode? Security mode, in another terms, we can call it as ciphering, or we can call it as encryption. Whatever the English words that we might use, the real meaning is sending your information in a secret way. That is what is called as ciphering or encryption. Now MSC want to activate that ciphering mode or encryption mode. Why? Because it would like to communicate with the mobile in a secret way that nobody will be able to understand what the mobile and MSC are actually exchanging, so that whatever the information both of you exchange will be with you only. Nobody else will be able to understand it, even if they capture the information somehow. So we are enabling that security mode. How? MSC is forwarding this security mode activation command to BSC. BSC forwards it to BTS along with this KC. But BTS will keep this KC to itself, and it will only forward the information to mobile station that, hey man, you are supposed to activate the security mode. You are supposed to activate the security mode, and mobile station have to come back and tell whether he is accepting it or not accepting it. Of course your mobile will come back and say, I'm accepting, I'm ready to activate the security mode. So what is security mode? What will happen? We will see. But once MSC gets to know that the security mode is activated, whatever the information that we send on the radio interface, that information will be secured. Even if somebody is tuning to your radio frequency, capturing the information, they won't be able to understand what the information you are exchanging. They won't be able to understand that for sure. That is what I'm trying to tell here. Once this security mode is activated. But what happens in this security mode? What is secrecy there? How this ciphering and deciphering will take place? That we will study in a minute. This ciphering and deciphering will take place on the mobile station and BTS, two components called as mobile station and BTS. So how it happens? What is the meaning of uplink? What is the meaning of downlink? I will explain in a minute. Just hold on to it. But the mechanism is as below. For example, we will take uplink scenario that mobile wanted to send some data to BTS. What does mobile do? Mobile, whatever the data he would like to send, that data along with this KC that it has calculated with the A8 algorithm, it will forward these two details, data and the KC, to an algorithm called as A5 algorithm. So what does this A5 algorithm do? A5 is a ciphering algorithm. It will encrypt this data. This data will be encrypted. This data will be converted into some secret format which nobody will be able to understand. That means even if somebody captures this encrypted data in the middle on the radio interface, they won't be able to understand what is the data, what is the information really present inside, because it is in secret format right now. Who can understand that secret data? Once this secret data is received by your BTS, your tower, what does your BTS do? BTS send this encrypted data along with the KC information it has procured from the MSC. MSC forwarded this KC to BSC. BSC forwarded it to BTS. So BTS, using that KC and this along with this encrypted data, it sends it to this A5 algorithm. What does A5 algorithm on the BTS do? It deciphers that data. Normal data will be extracted, but who can who can extract this data? Only who can extract this data is the ones who are having this KC. But if somebody in the middle captures this data, some hacker in the middle radio interface captured the data, can that guy decipher the data or decrypt the data? Not possible, because the hacker never have this KC. Mobile calculated the KC on his own. He never forwarded the KC to anybody. BTS got the KC from MSc and BSc, and BTS is not sending this KC in the ciphering key. KC is never sending it on the air interface. So mobile and BTS never exchanged this KC with one another, but they have this KC available. So they are using that KC for their benefit. How they are using it? With the help of this KC, they are locking the information. So mobile is locking the information with the help of KC. Only who can unlock this information is the one who is having this KC. So BTS, once he received this locked data, it will forward that locked data along with this KC to A5, and this A5 algorithm will be able to decrypt it or decipher that information. How this A5 security algorithm work, how this ciphering and deciphering will take place, we don't care. That is a very big mathematical process, which we will be understanding to a level in LTE when we are studying LTE algorithms. But not even in the LTE, we'll never go deeper there. We will learning only to the highest level possible. That's all. Because the deeper level subject is like really, really high. We never needed to go through that process, because nobody will be asking you those questions in your interview. How a algorithm will be working? Algorithm will be having maybe like you know 2000 mathematical operations. You don't need to know that each and every step. Not required. So, but this A5 is encrypting it. Who can decrypt it is only the one who is having the KC. So, from your previous step, what we did understand from our previous step, if you see our previous step. So, when MSC forwarded this activate security mode, he is sending this KC to BSC. BSC is sending this KC to BTS. BTS is having this KC right now. And mobile station, when he has got this random number, mobile station already calculated that KC with the help of the A8 algorithm. So mobile station is having both A3 algorithm as well as A8 algorithm. Mobile calculated SRES with A3 algorithm and KC with the A8 algorithm. Mobile has done that, but he stored that KC himself, sent the SRES back to MSC. But KC is stored hidden inside his body, inside the mobile station. He is not giving that KC to anybody. He's storing it and keeping it to itself. But when MSC is asked him to activate the security mode, that has been accepted. From the moment it has been accepted, what do we do? Every information that we send, it is going to be encrypted in the uplink direction at the mobile. Uplink means mobile to the network. So mobile encrypts the data in the uplink direction, and it is going to be decrypted by the BTS. It is going to be deciphered at the BTS. If it is uplink data. Downlink data means it is network to the mobile in the reverse direction. So when it is coming in the reverse direction, data is already arrived at BTS. BTS is going to do the ciphering activity, but take the data, see, along with the KC, send it to A5. A5 will encrypt it. So BTS will send this encrypted data on the radio interface. It will be received by the mobile. Mobile is going to send it into A5 algorithm along with the KC. A5 will decrypt it for you. Once the data is decrypted, your mobile station try to read the data and try to understand what is that data is containing. It will try to read the information of that, whatever that is conveying. So, but ultimately on the radio interface, the data is going to be exchanged in a secret way, in a perfectly encrypted way, so that your information won't go to any third party. Nobody will be able to understand what you are doing. That is the ultimate goal for this ciphering and deciphering. Okay. So what happens next? Is it completed? Not yet. So MSC says security is enabled. So what should I do next? Now I can exchange sensitive information with the mobile station. Your MSC says. Now MSC immediately go and ask mobile equipment, hey, send your IMEI number, man. I wanted to know your IMEI number, International Mobile Equipment Identity Number. We'll ask the mobile station. But nobody will be able to understand MSC is actually asking this IMEI number from the mobile station, because this information which MSC is sending it to the mobile is sent in secured manner, because the data will be encrypted now. The data is getting encrypted at the BTS. And once it is sent to mobile station understands that, oh, this MSC is asking for my IMEI number, my mobile station number. It is different from IMSI number. So what does mobile station do? It sends this IMEI number back to MSC. This is my IMEI number. What you want to do? Do it. But nobody in the middle will be able to understand your IMEI number, because it is sent secretly by encrypting it. Okay, great. MSC got it. What does MSC do? He says, let me check whether this IMEI number is genuine or not. So MSC will go to another component called as EIR, called as Equipment Identity Register. It asks this EIR, hey, tell me whether this IMEI number is genuine or not. Your EIR comes back and explains, yes, this IMEI number is genuine. It is in whitelist. What is the meaning of whitelist? So what is this EAR? EAR is a database which stores mobile device related details like IMEI number related details in three important tables called as whitelist, graylist, and blacklist. Whitelist all are the good mobile phones. Graylist are like the mobile phones which are under tracking, like police are tracking it or somebody are tracking it. Your government organizations are tracking it. Blacklist are typically the mobiles which have been stolen or unauthorized usage is detected. So that kind of mobiles are typically called as blacklisted mobiles. So this EAR is a database which maintains the worldwide IMEI numbers in terms of whitelist, graylist, or blacklist. So when MSC questions AR tells this, hey, this is in whitelist, this is in blacklist, this is in graylist. That's all is his duty. What does MSC do with it? If it is whitelist, MSC will happily continue. But if it is blacklist, MSC decides to reject that registration, says that you are using a blacklisted mobile. I should not accept your registration. Or if mobile is using a grey listed IMEI number, MSC accepts the registration, but MSC starts recording everything quietly in the background. Any call you make, everything will be recorded. All the calls you make, all the SMSs you send, everything would be recorded, and those records will be submitted to government organizations at the end of the day. That's the duty MSC have to do depending on how AR is responding to this IMEI request, whether it is in whitelist, blacklist, or grey list. So once this is also done, MSC says, oh, everything is good. Mobile equipment have done everything perfectly. He proved his IMSI number is genuine. Just now I verified his IMEI number also. That is also turned out to be good. Now I think I can accept his registration. But before I am accepting his registration, I must fetch the subscriber details from HLR. So MSC quietly goes and talks to HLR, tells the HLR that, hey man, listen, this subscriber is turned out to be genuine in every aspect. I have decided to accept his registration. I will accept his services from now onwards if he requests for any of the services. But to do that, I need his subscriber details. I want to have his subscriber details stored in my database instead of visiting you every time. I don't want to visit you every time when the mobile is going to request for a service. I don't have that much amount of time. So please provide me his subscriber details. MSC asks HLR. HLR sends back the subscriber details to MSC. MSC stores this information into VLR. Hey, store the subscriber details with us, man, because this user's registration we have accepted. From now onwards, this guy is going to keep requesting for the services. So we need to refer to the subscriber information every now and then, every time mobile is requesting for a service. We need these details. So please keep a copy of this forever, at least till the mobile is under our network. MSC is going to ask VLR. VLR never disappoints MSC. It says, done. Thank you. I have stored this subscriber details. And what is MSC going to do now to mobile station? MSC says to the mobile station that, hey man, your registration is done. You are successfully registered with me by proving that you are using a genuine IMSI number, you are using a genuine IMEI phone, everything is good with you. So I have accepted your registration and I am providing you your a temporary number I'm allocating you called as TIMSI. So it's just like a gift for you, this TIMSI number. Now, whenever you are going to come back to me to request by requesting some services, that time you are not going to quote your IMSI number anymore. Instead of your IMSI number, you can quote this TIMSI number that I am allocating. Why you have to quote your TIMSI number instead of IMSI number? Because I'm sending you this TIMSI number at the time when there is a secure channel that is existing between you and me. Nobody knows which TIMSI number I am allocating it to you because I am sending these details in a secured way. Nobody knows the TIMSI number I am sending it to you. So next time when you are requesting for the services, if you quote your TIMSI, I can recognize you because I'm going to maintain the link between this TIMSI number and the IMSI number. You don't need to quote your IMSI number when you are going to request for a service. You can quote this TIMSI number. I can recognize you because I'm the one who is allocating this TIMSI number to you. I can easily recognize you. But the advantage is when you next time when you use this TIMSI number, nobody can recognize you. Nobody can find out this TIMSI number belongs to who. Because I am allocating you this TIMSI number when there is a secure channel with you. I am damn sure that nobody is reading this TIMSI number that I am allocating it to you because I am sending it to you when the channel is encrypted, when the channel is working with encryption, when the channel is operating in secured mode. That means even though this IMSI number is itself is a secret number, but still we are going to the next level secrecy. So MSC is telling a mobile station that you don't even need to use even IMSI number. The next time you can actually quote your TIMSI number instead of your IMSI. That will be perfectly fine with me. For example, you can ask me why is even this being done. For example, you are visiting a bank branch to perform one of your bank related transaction. The moment you enter into the bank branch, you will pick up a token or a piece of paper on which a token number will be present. Now, when the token number is announced on the public announcement system, you will go to the teller, whoever is picked up that particular number. You will go to that teller and you keep your you keep up with your work. You start doing your job. But you can ask me, hey, why this token number is just 18 or 19? Why this some temporary number? Why can't they display your account number, on the screen? That can happen. Account number also can be displayed instead of a token number. Why token number? If there is a account number, there could be a thug or there could be a thief sitting in the corner, silently noting down which account number belongs to which person, and they might use that sensitive information, for cheating the people or for many other purposes. You don't know. So you can't display the account number of the customer publicly on the public announcement system. That is wrong. That is why every person who is entering into the bank branch, we are allocating a temporary number to that guy. Hey, from now up to your task is completed in the next 2 hours, you are going to be referred with this token number. Your number is 18. Whenever 18 is called in different teller locations, you will be going to that location and you will be doing your work. Nobody will refer you with your account number or your name or any other sensitive information. So when you are going out of that bank branch, you will throw that token number onto dustbin and you will just walk out. Same way, this TIMSI number is just available to the mobile as long as the mobile is with that particular MSC. If mobile moves to a new MSC, for example, if mobile is doing a registration with a new MSC because he is going into a new place, that time mobile would get a new TIMSI number allocated by the new MSC. So if you walk in into a different branch, you have visited Mahatma Gandhi Road branch, MG Road branch today. Tomorrow you are going into another branch. Your number won't be 18. Your number will be 75 or something, depending on whatever the running number in that branch that time. You will get a new number there, new token number in that branch. Same way, if mobile registers with another MSC, you would be given a new TIMSI number, temporary mobile subscriber identity. TIMSI stands for. So this TIMSI is going to play a role as long as you are under that location. Once you cross that location and go into a different place, it won't be available for you. And MSC has told your mobile station that um, I have noted down your present location area. I know from which location area you are doing all your stuff. I know it. I have noted down that information. How I am going to use this information? If you are going to get any incoming calls, I'll be searching for you in this location area, wherever you are right now presently. I have got to note down that information. Somehow I have got the details. I'm noting it down. How MSC got to know this location area, we'll have to find out. We'll find that out. Actually, gives him these details. How BSC gives these details to MSC, we'll find out in our subsequent sessions. But somehow MSC got mobile's location area. So MSC proudly telling mobile, I got your location, man. Thank you. I'm giving you a temporary number. And I know that where I have to search for you. If at all you get any incoming call in the next minute, I know where to search for you. I know that you will be in this location area. So obviously, there is a responsibility kept on the mobile's head. What is the responsibility? Indirectly, MSC is keeping on the mobile's head. MSC is telling the mobile that, hey man, if at all you move to a new location area, a different location area other than this location area, you must do something called as a location area update. You must talk to me. You must again tell me that your location area got changed. Mobile is supposed to do the task. If at all location area is getting changed, but we need to realize, we need to understand how mobile will know when his location area got changed. How does he know? How does mobile will report it to MSC that this location area is getting changed or he is moving into a new location area? How does he report it to MSC? All that we will be studying in our subsequent sessions. We'll have to study that part. But right now, we are recognizing that need because we know that MSC is recognizing the mobile equipment's present location for the purpose of telling him about the incoming calls. If mobile quietly moves into a new location without telling MSC will be searching in the old area, but mobile is already in the new area. So mobile will never get to know about his incoming call because MSC is searching for him in the old area. That is not correct. MSC must search for this guy in the new area. In order to make that happen, mobile equipment must report to MSC Wherever he moves, whenever he moves into a new location area, mobile must report it to MSC. That means there is a, uh, you know, there is a connecting job which mobile station is supposed to do related to this location area information that the MSC is maintaining. So how MSC does this, how this whole location area concept works out, we'll identify that. That is not yet done. Lot more thing will come to related to that location area. And mobile says, MSC, thank you very much, man. I'm grateful for your support. You are a really great guy. You have accepted my registration, and you have given me, you have, you gave me a gift as well, which is this TIMSI number. I'm really grateful for you for that TIMSI number. Thank you. The big smiley. MSC says, okay, great. Let me initiate the resource release procedures. Why? Because mobile has done the duty it is supposed to do. Immediately, MSC tells the BSc that, hey man, mobile has completed his duty called as registration with me already. Now, whatever the radio resources you have allocated to this mobile, I think you can release that radio resources from the, from against this guy's head. You can release these radio resources. He doesn't need those radio resources anymore. I can vouch for that. MSc is giving this order to BSc, BSc communicating with BTS, BTS communicating with mobile station. So mobile station accepting it, saying that no problem, I'm accepting to this radio resource released, radio resources released. So MSc will get to understand that radio resources are released and the mobile station again gone back into some state called as idle state. So mobile station typically will be in two states, connected and idle. Now, instead of being in connected state, now the mobile equipment is in idle state. Now, here we have learned one very, very important thing. When you do a comparison between your landline network and telephone network, PSTN and PLMN. In PSTN, what happens? A landline phone is always connected to a switch, always 24 by 7. It is connected to a switch. So, what happens? What is the activity? Your PSTN initiates immediately your landline phone by using that wire. It will initiate a service with the switch. It will request for a service. The next moment it will be in service because the switch is accepting the service. You will be in service, and after the once the job is done, you terminate the service. So you have only three steps: requesting for a service, you are in service, terminating the service. In case of a landline phone, because landline phone is always connected to the switch with a piece of a wire. But in terms of mobile phone, the job is going to be two steps extra. What are the two steps? If you want to request a service, you need to reach your switch, which is nothing but MSC. But to reach MSC, first you require something called as radio resources. So your mobile starts with requesting for radio resources from your BTS and BSC. Once the radio connection is procured, then mobile will initiate the service, whatever it is. It will talk to MSC and it will initiate the service. Once the service is in service, you will be in service for some time. After your service is completed, your service is terminated, your service is done. Once the service is done, there will be an additional step at the end to remove the radio resources, whatever that are allocated to this particular user. That is extra step, because you will never allocate radio resources to any user permanently, because very less amount of radio resources are available. Lot of mobile phones will be fighting for these radio resources. So you must allocate the radio resources to any particular mobile only for a short duration till he is in service. Once the service is terminated, you should remove the radio resources and move the mobile equipment into some state called as idle state. So if you do a, you know, like in perfect comparison between PSTN and PLMN. These are the differences. In PLMN situation, two steps are extra, starting step and ending step, where you are requesting for the radio resources as the starting step, and removing those radio resources is your ending step. In the middle, of course, you have to initiate your service with your switch, and you are in service, and then you are terminating your service. So when you look at this architecture once again, um, we have almost understood the functionalities of almost all the components, except one component called as GMSC. We did not see what does GMSC do. We did not see that GMSC functionality. Other than that, we know what EAR does, what authentication center is doing now, what HLR did, what VLR is doing, what is the duty of BTS and PSC. Everything is done. All what is their primary functionalities, we have understood that. That is our today's duty, understanding what is the duties each and every guy is performing. We are not digging deeper into the technical concepts. We are basically understanding what each and every component is doing, what functionality they are performing, other than GMSC. We quickly finish up this GMSC also, even though we are getting late into today's session, but we'll try to finish it off so that we'll be at one level, so that we can cleanly start the next topic in our tomorrow's session. So GMSC is a switch. What does it do? It receives the calls from external PLMNs and PSTNs and forwards the call to MSC with the help of HLR. How can he forward the calls to HLR? How can he forward the call to MSC? It goes and questions HLR. It asks HLR, hey man, HLR, you must know mobile is with which MSC, because you must have provided the subscriber details to MSC. So you must know which MSC is holding this mobile. Please tell me that MSC details. So HLR gives the details to GMSC. GMSC forwards the call to MSC, the incoming call to MSC. It will forward it. That's one of the job GMSC does. Reverse. If MSC sends any outgoing calls to GMSC, if MSC finds out that one user is not in his network, so what MSC is supposed to do? Whenever MSC finds out that a particular user is not in his network, by referring to his VLR database, it recognizes that the other user is not in his network, the second user is not in his network. You are trying to make a call, but whichever guy you are making a call, that guy is not in your network. MSC simply forward the call to GMSC. What GMSC is supposed to do? GMSC how to forward it to external PLMNs and PSTNs, your landline network and your external mobile networks. It will be forwarding it to. So it is that playing that gateway role in the middle. Also, GMSC performs one other vital functionality called as GTT, stands for Global Title Translation. Is going to perform this GTT. So what is this GTT? What happens as part of this GTT? Simply here it is written as converting non-ISDN numbers into ISDN numbers. What is the meaning of it? For example, you have dialed a number 100. For example, in the location that I am right now present, if I dial a number 100, it should be connecting me to my local police station, which is SR Nagar police station. But when I dial a number 100, how it goes to SR Nagar police station, for example, how it goes? SR Nagar police station landline number is some 044 or sorry 040 and something else, some 27859692 or something, some other number. It is not 100, but it is connecting me to SR Nagar police station. How it is doing it? So converting these non-ISDN numbers into ISDN numbers is the duty of GMSC. So when you dial the 100, It goes into a dictionary. Basically, this GMSC finds out what is the meaning of 100 being dialed from this particular location. This number, this 100 refers to what landline number? Oh, this is referring to SR Nagar police station landline number. It will find out this information from a dictionary it is maintaining, and then it starts forwarding the call to that landline number. So the call will be reaching your PSTN, your landline phone network. For example, you are dialing a number, a toll-free number 1800 225 755 of a particular company which has advertised their toll-free number on their website. So you want that company's service, you dialed the toll-free number. This toll-free number 1800, whatever it is not ISDN number. It is a non-ISDN number. It is not following ISDN number format. It is following non-ISDN number format. For example, any number which is containing a country code in front of it, like +91, we typically say that it is ISDN number format. But for your toll-free number like 1800 series, you will not have a country code present in front of it. So it is not ISDN number. But this 1800 number must be routed to that company which is purchased that toll-free number. Maybe that company is present in Mumbai somewhere, and it must be routed to that their no customer care executives, whoever are present. It must be leading to that particular landline or mobile phone numbers. So the company which is selling this, this. Toll-free number, what do? They will be able to intelligently store this information about what is the toll-free number and what is the corresponding ISDN number into these dictionaries, in the ISDN dictionaries. So the GMSC will be able to access that ISDN dictionaries and will be able to look into what is the ISDN number, equivalent ISDN number for this non-ISDN number. And once it finds out that information, it will be able to route the calls on the basis of that ISDN number it found out. So for all emergency calls and for all non-ISDN numbers like your toll-free numbers, etc., the same kind of concept will be applicable. So GMSC have to look into a dictionary and find out the mapping numbers and forward the calls, because your networks can only route the calls if they are in the ISDN format. They cannot route the calls when they are present in non-ISDN format. For example, when you make a call to 100, nobody knows what is the meaning of 100. 100 must boil down to thousands and thousands of police stations across India. For example, when you are dialing 100 from a different location, it will be connecting with a different police station. Now how that whole thing works out? So somewhere in the middle, somebody have to, on the basis of a location, somebody have to boil down this 100 referring to local police stations telephone number, landline number. Somebody must be able to derive this. So who is doing that derivation? Is this GMSC, gateway MSC? So the total linking, with that we'll can finish off today's session. So what is the linking? HLR is maintaining mobile's IMSI number, MSISDN, and mobile is present under MSCVLR. Which MSCVLR is maintaining the details? And your MSC is maintaining information about this user is present under which location area. MSC is maintaining that information. And MSC also knows this location area is being served by which BSC. It maintains that information as well. Okay, so which BSC is serving this location. And then the BSC maintains information about which location area is spanning into how many cells. How many cells grouped together we are naming as a location area. That information, that details are known to your BSC. BSC maintains that. That means if a BSC is containing like maybe 1,000 cells, these 1,000 cells may have been grouped into some 20 location areas, each location area comprising 50-50 cells. I'm just telling you example. It may not be the case in the real world. It will be decided by the operators. On what basis they will decide it, that part I will. Our BSC is going to maintain this information about which location area is comprising how many cells. So based on this, if any incoming call arrives, GMSC talk to your HLR. HLR gives the MSC details. Call will be forwarded to MSC. MSC will find out the location area, and that location area is served by which BSC, and MSC forwards that call details to that BSC. BSC would be spreading that information, incoming call information, into those cells, because BSC is maintaining this linking here between the location area and cells. It will be having that. So it is like a granular order. In a hierarchy, the highest component that is there is HLR noting down MSC details. MSC is noting down location area, and the location area served by which BSC. BSC is noting down that location area is comprising of how many cells, and BSC knows if mobile is getting an incoming call, and if he is supposed to distribute that incoming call information, BSC decides to send that incoming call details in all these cells. In this example that we are looking at right now, BSC will be distributing that incoming call details into 9 cells, because this location area is comprising of 9 cells. BSC need to distribute that incoming call details into 9 cells. Location area concept and how this location area thing is going to come up. Okay, we will be studying that part. I hope, Sadhan, you got the answer related to registration. The second thing second question that you have asked related to the verification, I will answer that in tomorrow, day after tomorrow's classes. Sadhan, you have asked that question. So that is that. Okay.
Yes, sir, got it. Thank you, sir.
So what we have finished so far, we have finished the GSM architecture, and we understood the most important functionalities of all the components, and we have studied that, and we realized what is the functionality of each and every component from their you know, from their crucial jobs, like what exactly they do. That is what we have identified, but we never gone into the actual internal details of exactly what happens. We shall go into that because we have seen an overview. Now we'll start digging much deeper, starting from tomorrow's session onwards. We'll be looking into that, those things. Okay, so that is all we have got for today, and I'm going to utilize 5 minutes of your time more here, because I'm supposed to introduce the tools. So I don't have the time for introducing all the tools. I will do some of the tools introduction in tomorrow's class. So what do I do is I'll do this in a step-by-step fashion. So today I will introduce 2 tools that we use, and tomorrow I will do some more tools and explain the practical part that we do for LTE protocol testing in tomorrow's class, because it is my responsibility to show you all the tools before you join into this training. I will do that for sure. So in our first module that we have 2 tools called as GNS3 and Wireshark. Okay, so today I will show you these 2 tools. Tomorrow I will show you all the LTE practical tools. I'll be showing you some tools in tomorrow's class. So first I show you this GNS3 and Wireshark. So this is your GNS3 that we have. Um, Now, we can use this GNS3 tool for simulating IP networks. So we require to understand a lot of IP concepts before we study the LTE. So in the OSI part and in your first module, we will be using this same tool in both these sections. In two sections, we use this tool. In which sections we would be using this tool? We are going to use this in both first module as well as in the sixth module. If I show you these modules once again, in the first module, we use this tool called as GNS3 and Vaishak. We also will use it in our sixth module, the OSI thing. We use this GNS3 and Vaishak. So I'm showing you the tool. So in this GNS3, we can actually like simulate the interfaces that are needed for different components, and we can establish the linking between them like that, and we can bring up um, these routers. We can configure these routers, and we can do the job related to these routers. So we can configure the things. You don't care what I am actually like configuring. Okay, so I will be explaining those things later. So you just see that this tool is working. That's all is your job right now. And I do the same configuration for router 2 also by taking its console. So now, after doing the configuration, whatever I did, what I will be able to do is I'll be able to start Wireshark on this interface. So I'll be able to start Wireshark here itself. Wireshark is typically used for protocol analysis. So we'll be using this Wireshark um, for even LTE as well, LTE log analysis also. For example, if I am actually going to filter something on ICMP protocol here, what can I actually do here is from this router one, I can end this configuration. I can do something called as pinging. So I can ping 10.1.1.2. So when you do this pinging operation, so you will be able to see the traffic going on between one router to another router. So I have configured one router with 10.1.1.1, other router with 10.1.1.2, and there is information exchanged between those routers. So we'll be using this Wireshark protocol to study the protocol information present and how this information is getting exchanged. Everything we'll be learning this. So these two tools will be part of your OSI classes and as well as in our first module to understand something called as tunneling. Okay, so we'll be using it. How we'll be using those tools and how we'll be operating, what are these commands, etc., etc. Everything will be sent to you in the form of material so that you can practice. The softwares also will be sent to you so you can install it and you can start working on this tool to understand the IP technology. So these two tools are IP protocol understanding related and analysis related tools. Of course, we use Wireshark for both IP technology as well as LTE technology. Okay, so I have showed you these two tools. Now, these two tools are not proprietary tools. These two tools are free tools. You can download it from their websites, from GNS3 website and from Wireshark websites. Only thing that we would teach from T-Cloud is how to work with this tool and how to learn by practicing it on the tool. So we'll be learning you the how part. You can easily download it. It is not like T-Cloud's proprietary tools. They are not. Okay, so but we'll be teaching you the working with it. So you need to understand the Wireshark working before you start joining into a protocol testing team, because you need to analyze the protocol messages. We normally analyze most of the protocol messages by using Wireshark. So we'll be, by the time this training is completed, you will be learning completely how to work with Wireshark and how to do the protocol log analysis with Wireshark. You will be learning that. I'll do it. Okay, so I have introduced today, because short of time we could able to only introduce two tools. I have to introduce 7 or 8 more tools, which I'll be introducing it in the subsequent classes tomorrow, day after tomorrow, because still we have some more demo sessions. Before all the demo sessions are completed, I'm promising you that I'll introduce all the tools to you. Okay, so